caller from Colville, Ohio. car 7 that points the Frank Bay Garage and DEI and renewable lubricants car. Comes to the 600 mini stretches. Hollywood Mike Mid-Vid from Wellington, Ohio is next qualifier. From Wellington, Ohio. Something looks like it is broken on the front suspension of Mid-Vid number 22 as he got into the gas in the car. Did not turn. Mid-Vid, not a terribly hard collision, but collision nonetheless. Starting on buckle in turn number 4. Hollywood qualifying in the races. Later tonight again, 10 lap heat, 30 lap feature for the super modified. Coming up later this evening. Here's Dave Lewis Jr. pushing up. The only financial strength and there's racing breaking the track record and not breaking it. Just that little bit of hesitation in corner 2 and truly probably going to be eliminated maybe this time. qualifying complete this afternoon and evening here at Mid-Vale Speedway. We've got about a half hour until we throw the green on our first race of the night.
Lord, we want to thank you for the many blessings that you continue to give us each and every day. Thank you for the beautiful weather we've been having, even though it's a little bit cool. We appreciate no wet stuff on the weekends so we can go racing at this beautiful facility. We ask that you continue to please watch over all of our drivers, all of our teams, all of their crews, our track crews, personnel, officials, and also our race fans, not only here at the racetrack, but as they go home tonight. We pray this in your name. Amen.
Presenting the colors tonight is Katie Heath, riding in the Christian Bailey number 46. Christian celebrating his 15th birthday. And again, a good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Midvale Speedway racing action set to go on Akron Auto Auction and Ferris Chevrolet Night at the Races. Fifth and sixth, green flag turn 4, 8 laps the distance in our second heat race. Smith on the inside, Kirkpatrick in the 23 as caution comes out. He picked up a win in it. Green flag coming out of turn number 4, off and rolling. Down into the first turn we go. Kirkpatrick on the outside lane. Larry Baker looking to the inside. Matthew Mills on the outside in the 4 car. Smith, the leader. Kirkpatrick second. Baker third. Looking to the outside is Mills. Mills trying to the outside groove. racing for the 4th position. Mike Miller got sideways down in turn number 2. Still looks to be some issues for Mike Miller in the 22 car. Your leader, Brian Smith. 3 laps will be complete this time. Miller takes it into the pits. Smith leading the way across the line. The advantage over Kirkpatrick, not really leaving them though. Smith struggling with that car, still not turning very good times, but he is out front right now, holding on to the lead. We've completed the first half of our race. 5 in this time, 3 to go for Bryant Smith. Smith, Kirkpatrick, Baker, Schneider, and Mills, our top 5. Our 5 left on the raceway. 2 to go this time for Bryant Smith. Smith down the backstretch, running him down, the 23 car of Kirkpatrick. Brian Smith has engine issues. He pulls off. Here comes Kirkpatrick to the inside. Kirkpatrick takes over the lead. Smith's car has developed a miss. That did not sound good. Kirkpatrick coming off of turn number 4 will pick up the win in heat race number 2. Second spot to Baker. Third spot to the 17 of Schneider, finishing 4th, the 4 car of Mills. Pulling to the line, taking the win, leading the last lap. The JD Byrider, Absolute Machine Tools, Rick Watson Trucking. Number 23, Ron Kirkpatrick.
Yeah, Adam, definitely sounded like maybe a valve down on the number 1 machine.
As McCallicker and Martin bring him in. Down into the first and second turn. Oh, McCallicker. Oh, Martin into the wall. Dave Martin into the wall in the 3. So caution flag is out.
Ron told me that they're done for tonight. So tough break, really gutted for those guys leading the points and had a great year. And, kind of won for the little guy. And just a tough break for Mike Miller tonight.
But they do have a 70-point lead coming up into the night. So even if they don't garner any points tonight, which it doesn't look like they're going to, Hughes in the template-bodied 03. Joe Leinert in the 82. Coming off the corner. Green is out. Caution coming back out for a failed start. They're going to come off of turn number 4 to Jason Neely's green flag. Good start coming off the 4th corner. Underway. Into 1 and 2 we race. Leinert on the outside lane. Gonna go into the lead momentarily. Hughes nearly made some contact with Leinert. Ooh, and he just would have if Leinert hadn't cleared him going into 3. 1 lap down, 7 to go. Well, Hughes really bonsaied it into turn 1 as well as he tries to stay close with the 82 of Joe Leinert. Leinert, the leader. Hughes running 2nd, 3rd. McCallicker 4th early. Three laps in, coming off of turn number 4. 3 in, 5 to go for Joe Leinert.
Well, that 03 is all over the place trying to get around the 82, Adam.
This is only about his second or third night he's run here at Midvale with that template bodied car. Not sure if it has a crate engine or not like Summers. It looks like it gets down to straightaway pretty powerful, so I think it might have a built engine. But Hughes running in the second spot right now to Joe Leinert. Hughes very little late model experience as McCallicker spins to the infield. Takes it to the intersection of the figure 8 track. But we've got 2 laps to go this time. 2 laps to go for Joe Leinert. And Dave McCallicker going to rejoin action in the 47. Coming to the white flag, 1 lap to go for Joe Leinert. Coming off of 4 to the checkered flag, claiming the win in heat race number 3, Joe Leinert. Second spot to Johnny Hughes in the 03. Tom Early in the 31 will bring his car home in the 3rd spot, and finishing 4th a lap down is Dave McCallicker in the 47. Pulling to the line, the Amsoil Absolute Machine Bucky Mowing number 82. From Dover, let's hear it for Joe Leinert. A couple of weeks ago, Joe Leinert really disappointed, brought the car back after replacing the front clip, went down into turn 1, master cylinder went out. Brakes failed, spun it out, backed it into the outside retaining wall, destroyed the rear clip. That's right, they definitely do. Last year we had 13 start the feature. They put on an excellent show. And right now we'll keep our eyes on the current point leader, the 19 of Trent Stevens. He has the track record set at last season. Looking for some better racing luck here at Midvale Speedway. Trent Stevens, the 19 from Ravenna, Ohio, and then back there at the back of the field in the 5th starting spot, our top qualifier, Dave Schulich Jr., green flag for Fisher in the 81, the 07 car of Jaycox. Into the first corner we go, on the move, down onto the rumble strips was the 49 of Shiree. Shiree going to move up from the second row into the second position, and here comes Schulich from the back as well. Dave Schulich Jr. in the 95, a 10-lap heat race tonight for the MSA Super Modifieds. The 19 to the outside lane, here comes Trent Stevens. Stevens up to 3rd. Stevens able to clear Kevin Jaycox Jr. Stevens in the 3rd spot for the lead, looking to the bottom side for a moment was Shiree. Shiree back to the inside lane. Inside of Fisher, close to contact on the front stretch. Fisher will slam the door shut momentarily. Car pushes up into the outside lane. Shiree back to the inside. Car is lining up to the inside lane now, trying to pass Fisher. He shuffled to 1st, to 2nd, now to 3rd, and maybe to 4th momentarily. Fisher back to the 4th spot. Going to be halfway this time. 5 laps in, 5 to go. The leader, car number 49, Danny Shiree. Trent Stevens running 2nd, Schulich in 3rd. Will Schulich have a battle? Be able to get up there and race with the top 2. Change for 4th. Jaycox working by Fisher. Single file formation front of our field. The 95 of Schulich, not really running them down to this point. That car rolls the corners better than they do, but so far, not able to make a move on them. Going to be 2 laps to go the next time at the line. 2 laps remaining this time at the stripe. Shiree has a challenger in the way of Trent Stevens. Stevens is there, goes to the bottom of his teammate off of 2. Going to be the white flag this time. 1 to go for Shiree, Stevens, and the 95 of Schulich. Jaycox has dropped off the pace, the 07. He'll get up and out of the way in 3 and 4. Caution flag coming out, yellow flag on the speedway for the 07 of Kevin Jaycox Jr. Caution out We have completed 9 of our scheduled 10. Going to be the green flag coming off of turn number 4 this time. We're going to go green off the 4th corner and back underway. Final lap. Off of turn number 4, your winner will be the 49 of Danny Shiree. Trent Stevens finishes second. Third spot to the 95 of Dave Schulich Jr. Let's have a nice round of applause for your winner of heat race number 1, the 49 of Danny Shiree.
Number 1, the 49.
Ready for green off of 4. The 36 of Hennis comes in. We're underway. Schultz to the inside of Lasecki right away. Lasecki back to the 3rd spot. Schultz on the move to the outside, and he makes a quick move to get around Hennis, who bobbled off of 2. Now it's Lasecki boxed in a little bit. Here comes the 11 of Edwards. Edwards and Lasecki for 3rd. Edwards will take it. When will he make the move? Nearly got to the rear push bar. He'll get to the inside off of 4 as Kyle Edwards into the number 2 spot. Edwards into 2nd. Hennis back to 3rd. Make it 4th in moments. Here comes Lasecki for 3rd. Four laps in this time. 4 laps in this time at the line for the 7 of Charlie Schultz. Schultz, a really heads-up move to take over the lead, and now running away with heat race number 2, halfway out the line. 5 complete, 5 to go. Schultz, 4 to go this time. Closing on the 44 of Mark Miller from Coolville. So he will be going down a lap to the leader, Charlie Schultz, in moments. Street stocks lining up for their heats. 3 to go for Charlie Schultz. Edwards still 2nd, Lasecki 3rd, Hennis 4th, and Miller running 5th. 2 to go for Charlie Schultz, the lead at nearly a straightaway. White flag this time by for Lorraine driver Charlie Schultz. Schultz, straightaway lead, coming to the checkered. The Frank May Garage DEI Renewable Lubricants car of Schultz, the easy victory. Edwards 2nd, Lasecki 3rd. 4th spot to Hennis, and finishing 5th is Miller. Your winner, the Frank May Garage DEI Renewable Lubricants car number 7 from Lorain, Ohio. Probably more laps on this speedway than any of the other super competitors because he's run some main event races here. Let's hear it for Charlie Schultz. Feature coming up later will be 30 laps for the Biobase.US MSA Super Modifieds and Bucky Mowing Car. 8 laps the distance. Heat 1 for the street stocks, and the green is out. Off of the 2nd corner, into the lead, past Waters, the 74. Bob Passwaters Jr. in the number 1 spot. Dennis Wood, though, who has been outstanding in this division as of late, moves up into 2nd, tries to thread the needle to the inside of Passwaters for the lead. Two laps in. 6 laps to go. Dennis Wood taking over the lead. In the 2nd spot, 74 of Passwaters. Wood leading lap number 3. Wood out front, Passwater second. Martin, the point leader, has moved up into third. Jason Wright has fallen to fourth, and running in the 5th spot, the number 28 of Waylon Orr. It was halfway that time. We're going to see 5 in, 3 laps to go for Dennis Wood in the 41 car as he tries to garner more points toward the championship chase. Mike Martin has taken over second. Wood, Martin, Passwaters, Wright, and Orr, the top 5. Moss running in 6th. It's really weird watching any division compete after the Super Modifieds because they get around here so fast, and now the Street Stock division, though they are turning decent times, just no competition for the Super Modifieds. And the way they get around this 3/10 mile oval as the white flag waves. Final lap for Dennis Wood in the 41 car. Off of turn number 4, the Automotive Electric, Right Price Motors, Cater for You, and Carpenter Asphalt car. Dennis Wood the victory. Second spot to Mike Martin. Third to Passwaters. Fourth to Waylon Orr. And fifth, the 45 of Jason Wright. Pulling to the line with the victory, the Automotive Electric, Right Price Motors, Cater for You, and Carpenter Asphalt car, Dennis Wood.
Hey, Adam, just to give you a quick driver update.
Lewis, the 39, the 68 of Hoopengarner, coming off of turn number 4 to the green as Powell joins the field, and we're underway. Hoopengarner goes into the lead. He's had a lot of bad luck in the last few weeks of racing. Oh, look out, Lewis up the track. He had to steer out of a spin, and here comes Boron. From last to second in, well, about a half a lap for Don Boron Jr. in the 82 car. Hoopengarner the leader. Boron locking up the left front tire heading into the first turn. Oh, Lewis dirt tracking down in turn number 2. Able to steer out of it. That's not the quickest way around Midvale. Hoopengarner controlling the tempo. 2 laps in, 6 to go. And Boron in the 82 car continues to lock up the left front as he heads into the turns. A lot of left front brake on that car. Locks it up again. I was going to say the tire is going to be flat spotted, but if he does it just right, it will still be round. He's done it each and every time going into the turns. So Boron in the second spot. For the third position, Passwater is going to move up. Lewis back to 4th. Mounts running 5th. 4 laps in, 4 to go.
Hey, give the kid a break. It's the first time he's been in a pure stock all year.
Yeah, I don't think it's his fault necessarily. Chase Hughes pulls pit side in the 03 street stock as the 68 car of Hoopengarner leads the way. 82 car of Boron in second. The 675 car of Passwaters running third, watching as Lewis runs 4th. Mount in that 22 car is 5th, and the 79 of Powell running in the final spot on the racetrack in 6th.
I wonder if it's like they used to say when you'd watch an IndyCar race or a NASCAR race, once that tire gets that initial flat spot, every time you hit the brakes it seems to stop in the same spot.
Oh, it could. I never thought of that. He's got a battle for the number 2 position on his hands on this final lap as Boron holds on to it. Hoopengarner going to pick up the convincing victory. And off of turn number 4, Boron and the 75 of Passwaters across the line. In second and third, finishing 4th, 39 of Lewis. Mounts will finish 5th. And Tom Powell, Selway Heating and Cooling, Hoops Auto Body, number 68. Your winner. Let's hear it for Gary Hoopengarner. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's give Gary a round of applause once again for finishing the race. And Gary said a week or so ago he'd just like to start the race or finish the race. His luck has been bad in the street stock division, but he does bring home the victory in heat race number 2 tonight. Finlayson Towing Ride. Second fast in qualifying is Wes Innes, the 09 top qualifier, the 22 of Kyle Rector. And the green is out. Rector, the 22, was fast qualifier earlier tonight and won last Saturday's feature event. The top two in our points are out front of this race in the old-style Cavalier cars. Leading the way, the number 19 of Clayton Oliver. He is second in points. Dan Bucky, the point leader on the outside lane, drifting back a little bit, has Tim Frederick going to the inside. So we're going to complete our second lap this time for our Canton Auto Salvage Compact Division. Leading, Bucky way up the track into the third lane. Loses 2 or 3 spots as Oliver leads lap number 2 for the second position. All ready for the lead from the back of the field. Kyle Rector has that car hooked up tonight. Oliver on the inside, Rector on the outside, and Rector's going to go into the number 1 position. Rector out front, takes over the lead. Oliver in second. Third place battle between the 15 of Finlayson and the 18 of Frederick. Halfway, 4 in, 4 to go. Kyle Rector, sizable lead build up. He did that last week in the feature as well. Had about a half-track lead build up in the feature. Rector's picked up a couple of feature wins this season. Into second spot comes Finlayson in the 175. I want to mention Cody Kaler is driving the 175, not Renneker this week. Cody Kaler filling in for Justin Renneker. Kaler, former compact and sport stock competitor at Midvale Speedway, and Cody Kaler moving up.
I raced against Cody in that 95 a time or two.
In the sports stock division,
That's affirmative.
coming off of turn number 4 to the white flag. 1 to go for Rector.
He's seen a lot of the back of the number 10 machine, I believe, if I remember right.
I don't know about that. Well, yeah, because he did qualify better. Coming off of turn number 4, it's going to be the number 22 of Rector bringing home the victory from the back of the field. 3-wide battle going through 3 and 4 for the final spots. Finlayson takes second. Third spot to the 175 of Kaler. Pretty good run there.
I just remember the yellow sports stock. It almost reminded me of a Paul Murray-esque machine.
Similar colors. At the line, your winner. Let's hear it for top qualifier and heat winner, Kyle Rector. The Trenton Service Tire, Brewhouse, El Pueblito Mexican Cuisine, South Philly Pizza, JD Byrider, and Wissman Motorsports Car pole. Rookie Gage Jayberg starting second. 57 of Larry Ennis Jr. starting in the third spot. 17 of Laney Stresky starting fourth. Starting fifth is Brandon France. The green is out. Underway for our second heat race. First lap going to be complete at the line for the 75 of Chase Beatty, leader at the line, first of 8 laps in. Chase Beatty leads the way. Second spot, the 21 of Gage Jayberg, running third, Laney Stresky. Brandon France puts his car in the outside lane. France has been running that car in dirt track races at 250 as well as the asphalt races here at Midvale, and he's up to third. He finished fourth in our feature last week, and he's a rookie, just a few weeks of experience for the number 1 of Brandon France, and he's doing quite well. France going to the outside of Gage Jayberg for second. I think that one car France handles pretty well. Looks like it gets through the turns a little better than his fellow competitors. Halfway this time, 4 laps in, 4 to go for Chase Beatty. Going to be 6 in, 2 to go next time around at the line for the 75 of Chase Beatty. Beatty protecting the inside lane. 21 of Jay Berg riding around on the inside as well. Those two have pulled away from Brandon France. He must be having some sort of problems because he had closed on those two and is now backed it down a little bit. White flag coming up. 1 to go for Chase Beatty. Jay Berg never has gotten the opening needed. Thought he might try the outside lane. He's a rookie in the class, teenage driver from New Philadelphia. Beatty also a young competitor in the 75, but he's going to pick up the victory. Checkered flag is out. Chase Beatty, the win in heat number 2. Second goes to Jay Berg. Third goes to France. Larry Ennis Jr. fourth, and fifth, the 17 of Stresky. Your winner of heat race number 2, the DNA Towing Pringles Auto Body number 75 from New Philadelphia. Let's hear it for Chase Beatty.
Going to give Kevin Jaycox Jr., I think,
The 95 of Lisa Moore, the 0 of Alan Clark, and the 42 of Ryan Schreffler's car, now driven by Anthony McClintock. And yellow flag out. Down the backstretch into corner 3, the 11 car of Frank White has taken the lead briefly. Boy, Christian Bailey pushing and shoving a little bit. Some contact from Koger.
flat left front on Koger.
46 of Bailey going to the inside lane for the lead. Frank White up the track. Bailey able to clear him. Koger goes into the pits in the 7. I think he may have flattened that tire, turning back into Bailey after some contact came earlier. Bailey will lead lap number 2. 95 of Moore in the second spot. The 0 of Clark running third.
Trying to win on his birthday.
Yeah, he was a little bit aggressive getting to the front. Lisa Moore in the 95 and the 0 of Alan Clark going at it. Coming in on halfway, it's going to be 4 laps in. 4 laps to go. This time at the line for Christian Bailey. Lisa Moore and Alan Clark continue to run wheel to wheel for second. The 95 and the 0 nearly in perfect starting formation, side by side. Now they kind of split up a little bit. Moore actually closing on Christian Bailey, trying to rain on his birthday parade. See if she's able to do it. 3 laps to go. Lisa Moore has caught Christian Bailey. Bailey pushes up a little bit. I think Alan Clark maybe a little contact with the 95 of Lisa Moore in the second spot. 2 to go this time, and it's a 3-car battle for the number 1 spot in our final compact heat race. Christian Bailey. Last week was 14 years of age. Tonight competing for the first time at age 15. Almost makes him a veteran. Down the backstretch, Lisa Moore to the outside of Bailey for the lead. Bailey's going to step it up a notch now. Coming to the white flag, 1 lap to go. Final lap for Bailey. She's going to look to the outside again, drops back to the bottom. If he pushes up, she'll get underneath him. He doesn't, she won't. Just a little over half a lap to go. Bailey leads. Moore runs him down again in turn 3. Going to come to the checkered off of turn number 4, Christian Bailey. Birthday present. A win in heat race number 3. Second spot to Lisa Moore. Finishing third, Alan Clark. 4th spot to Frank White. Finishing 5th, Daniel Risley. In the 6th spot will be the 42 of Anthony McClintock making his first start in car number 46. Let's have a nice round of applause for Christian Bailey. Gearheads Garage finish line decals, the sponsors, as we will now move into our final heat race of the night. Kyler Bertram starting in the 4th position. He's top qualifier. And 22 is rookie Cody J. Berg. The green is out. Into the lead goes Martin in the 5. Cordia slips back to 3rd, maybe 4th shortly. Kyler Bertram, the top qualifier, running down Martin. Oh, Martin sideways coming off of 4. Martin was telling me that the rear end is bent in that number 5, and it has that look to it as the 155 of Bertram able to scoot through. And Vince Martin, four-wheel slide up the banking in turn number 4. Kyler Bertram, the leader. Keith Anderson, second. Running third is Vince Martin. Fourth, the 72 of Derek Cordia. And 22 of Cody Jayberg running fifth. 3 complete. Going to be halfway this time as Bertram puts a big gap between himself and the rest of the field. 4 laps in, 4 laps to go.
Seems like they got a little bit better handle on that 155 tonight than last week anyway.
It is running pretty strong. Does push up the banking a little bit in corner 4. Not turning the best of laps. Track record is 17-1 in the division. Right now they're turning 3s, 4s, and 6s the last few laps for the 155 of Kyler Bertram. 2 laps to go this time for Bertram. Boy, the 5 of Vince Martin made a run at Keith Anderson. Anderson slammed the door shut. Said no vacancy to the inside lane, heading to 3. Half a lap to go for the 155 of Bertram. Tony Newman Roofing, Bond Heating and Cooling, Lakes Auto Recycling, and Falls Auto Body. 155 of Kyler Bertram, the winner. Keith Anderson going to bring it home in second. Vince Martin finishes third. Derek Cordia will take fourth. Cody Jayberg finishing in position number 5. In the Tony Newman Roofing, Bond Heating and Cooling, Lakes Auto Recycling, and Falls Auto Body, number 155. Let's hear it for Springfield Township driver Kyler Bertram. He's won a number of features this season in the 155 truck on a part-time basis here at Midvale. Leading, Gary Hoopengarner in the second spot. The 75 of Pass Waters. Oh, gets some contact from Dennis Wood, and around he goes. 41 of Dennis Wood making just the slightest of contact with the 75 of Pass Waters, turning him around. Jason Wright in the 45. So Jeff Bowling back in the 82 car. Boron said, nope, that's enough. I don't miss that. I don't miss that. Coming off of turn number 4, Hoopengarner and the 75 of Pass Waters bring him in. Hoopengarner into the lead. 3 wide maybe for second. Waylon Orr sticks it in there. Pass Waters in the outside. Orr drove it in deep so that Pass Waters wouldn't come down and close the door. Oh, Mike Martin caught in the middle. And boy, Pass Waters was just in a bad spot coming off of turn number 4 that time. Fortunately, didn't get the car wrecked. On the move is Mike Martin. Front end of that car badly damaged. Martin took a pretty good hit to the front of that car, obviously on our first mishap. And just fixed the front end of that car up in the last week. Had it really sharp. And Martin, though, is up to 4, still running well. Dennis Wood on the move from the back of the pack after the restart has moved up into the 6th position. Dennis Wood continues his trek forward. Jason Wright pulling over, clipping the walls. He waves his hand out the window. He's going to take his ride into the pits. Dennis make it the 45 car of Jason Wright. Jason Wright in the 45 pulling into the pits. Wood now moves up into the 5th spot. Josh Moss also off the pace in the 77.
Yeah, but what's that old lineage, Adam? The closer you get to the front, the harder it is to get by some of these guys.
It will be. He's up to 5th, though.
Mike Martin looking like he's about to lose a hood. And we got caution on the speedway, Adam.
14 to go. It's the 68 of Hoopengarner, the 28 car of Orr, coming to green off of turn number 4. We are back underway. Martin to the inside. For the 2nd spot, Martin, the point leader. Point runner-up Dennis Wood has also made his way back up into the top 5. He's in 4th now as they're bumper to bumper through 3 and 4.
Something in the suspension giving way on the right front of that machine. So tough break for Jason Wright in a spot start here at Midvale Speedway.
And the 68 of Hoopengarner, the 28 car of Orr, will bring him off of 4 for the green. Back underway. For 2nd, Martin on the inside, and the outside is Waylon Orr. Orr caught in the outside lane. Oh, opening is there for Martin now. Martin goes to the inside of Hoopengarner for the lead. They go down into the 1st corner. He stays in the outside groove. It's going to open things up for Martin as well as Dennis Wood, but so far, Martin hasn't been able to get in there, and Hoopengarner could actually have closed the door for a moment there. Still has the opportunity, can do it now, does close the door, heading to turn 1, opens it back up going into 2. Dennis Wood trying to figure out which lane to go to. Hoopengarner, your leader, looking for his 2nd win of the year, but he continues to push up the banking in the middle of the corners, and that's going to open it up. Some slight contact between our top 2 in points, Wood and Martin. Halfway this time, it's going to be 10 laps in, 10 to go as they pass the 77. Not sure if there's something wrong with that car or if maybe somebody different than Moss is driving it, but it is off the pace by a bunch. Martin now opens up the inside lane for Wood. What a move by Dennis Wood coming off of turn number 2 that time. Dennis Wood gets to the inside for 2nd. He will pick up the spot from Martin. Heads up move by Dennis Wood to take the spot away. The 6 car of Martin, I believe, is overheating, most likely because of the damage to the front of the car. You can see the overheating light is on the dash for the number 6 of Martin. Leading the way, the 68 of Hoopengarner. 2nd spot, the 41 of Wood.
Definitely a tight points battle between those 2 in this division too, Adam.
Yeah,
every point is critical.
And he's gaining 2 right now by beating him in the feature. If he can pass Hoopengarner, he might be able to gain 2 more. 77 being black flag for not meeting minimum speed. And here comes Wood to the inside of Hoopengarner for the lead. Down into the 3rd turn, not quite in there. Hoopengarner closes the door. 6 laps to go. Wood will go to the outside. Wood looking to the outside of Hoopengarner. That opens the inside for Martin, though. Martin didn't time it up quite right, coming off of 2, though. And Wood will drop back down to the inside lane. Martin really drove it in deep that time, and again, Wood making a run at Hoopy. No can do, 5 to go. Oh boy, it's a tight battle up front. Things just about fireworks maybe for these top 3 or 4 here, Chris, as it's going to get wild down in our final laps. Top 4 sliding all over the place. 4 laps to go. Who's going to close an opening? Right now, Wood kind of closing the opening on Martin, then Hoopengarner closes it on Wood. Martin taking a look to the outside lane. Lewis moving over, letting the leaders go by. 3 to go. Final 3 laps. Martin taking a look low on Wood, coming off of 2. Gets up to his inside, gets up to the door, going into the third corner. A battle for the second position between our top two in points. Wood might be caught in the outside lane. Good racing action, our JD Byrider Street Stock Division tonight. Dennis Wood so far holding him off. Going to be the white flag this time. Going to be the white with 1 lap to go. Hoopengarner letting out just a little bit of smoke. Hoopengarner, though, with 1 to go, still the leader. Wood hanging on to second. Martin running in third. Wood racing hard, trying to get back up there to challenge Hoopengarner. Drives it in. Coming to the checkered flag off of turn number 4. It is the 68 of Hoopengarner, the 41 of Wood, the 6 of Martin third, 4th to Waylon Orr, and 5th the 75 of Passwaters.
Really, really good feature. Very competitive feature in the sports stock or street stock division.
Hoopengarner brings home the victory, his second of the season. He won on opening night, and it took until night number 13, but he is back in victory lane for the second time this year. The Chalmers team, Canton Car Connection, Archimotive, Finish Line Designs, the Bumper Man, Shelby Sweets and Treats, number 68, picking up the victory. Car owner Vince Martin trampling on the hood. As we roll our McIntosh Oil Company late models, they will be up next. 30-lap feature tonight for the late models. And Gary Hoopengarner can't get his wheel off.
Hey, normally I can get all.
He says normally he can get all the wheels off this car. There he is, Gary Hoopengarner. Gary, congratulations. A big win tonight. The heat race car looked really good, but when you thought feature time, Dennis Wood, Mike Martin, they're going to be there, and they were.
Oh, yeah. I thought I was in trouble. It wasn't going to be that easy, I'm sure.
There for a while, Mike was looking to the inside, and you were pushing up in the corners, giving him the bottom, and your momentum on the outside. He was pushing, I think, too, and when he got on it, he would push up into you. So he actually slid back, then you were able to get back to the bottom.
Yeah, I actually seen him down there a couple times, and, you know, I kind of stayed out in case he had enough momentum to get in there, you know what I mean? I mean, I'm not going to cut anybody off.
And then Dennis Wood, he goes to the back on lap 2, comes all the way from the back up to second. He challenged a couple times, and he was getting free on the inside of you, spinning it sideways a little bit.
Well, I got his right rear axle in this thing, so maybe that's why I'm fast this week, and he ain't quite as fast.
There you go. You stole it.
I hope so.
Have some people to thank.
The first feature of the year, I forgot Selway Heating Cooling, Canton Car Connection, Shelby Sweets and Treats, Vince Martin, Mike Martin, Phil Chalmers, the Chalmers team, Remax, Shelby, Sensi, Shaylin Welker, everybody who's helped, Bill Obuel's helped me quite a bit. Everybody who's helped, you know, thanks if I missed anybody.
There you go. Let's hear it again for the veteran, Gary Hoopengarner.
Caught up with second place finisher Dennis Wood, and just looks like it was just a little bit too loose. You told me you was losing some brakes as well.
Yeah, I was loose. I was losing brakes. 6 car was pushing me all over the place. So if we want to drive like that, we'll start driving like that. I really don't care. I'm not racing for points, so it is what it is. So
All in all, a good run, though. You guys are pretty competitive. It was exciting to watch, that's for sure.
yeah, it was fun.
Good job, bud.
I'll get them next week.
All right, Dennis Wood, good second place run. Currently second in points. See if we can get a quick word with Mike Martin. Mikey, man, you was a bowling pin out there a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Lost the plug wire or something again and lost all power again, so I don't know what's going on with this thing.
I'll tell you what, it was exciting to watch. You guys, all 4 of you guys up front really put on a great show.
Yeah, I was just paying attention to the 2 in front of me. That was about it.
Good job. Third place run.
All right, thanks, man.
Better than the last couple weeks.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, Mike Martin, gets a good third place run tonight in that number 6 machine.
On a feature this year, he's looking for his second feature win of the season. The 17 of Bob Schneider Jr. on the outside lane. Row number 2, the 13 of Doug Summers and the 21 of Rick Sibla. Pat Ferris from Ferris Auto Group in New Philadelphia. He's on the starter stand to wave the green for this 30-lap feature. Mills and Schneider bring him off of turn number 4. 30 laps the distance tonight. Good start down in turn number 4. Schneider heads into turn 1, closes the door in the lead. Schneider with a good start and a little more power on that opening start as now Sibla will look to the outside lane for the number 2 position. McCallicker loops it around but keeps on going, and the 47 car will take it off into the infield. Schneider in the 17 leading the first lap. Battle for the second spot, as it is Sibla on the outside of Mills. Rick Sibla, winner a couple of weeks ago, looking for second. Sibla will move into the number 2 position. Alex Rosenberry also on the move in the 2. Sibla free condition on the exit of turn number 4 that time as we complete the first 3 laps of the race. We've got Sibla taking second from Mills. Rosenberry going to do the same. Rosenberry up into the 3rd spot. Bubba Smith starts to move forward in the 12 car. Bubba Smith in car number 12 puts his ride in the outside groove. Also watching Randy Smart in top qualifier. Tom Stankiewicz battle right behind Summers, who's mired on the bottom lane. Marcus Malkett elected to come down, start the feature deep in the field just to be a part of tonight's show. He's made a couple of passes now, but trying to move up against some of the quicker cars right in front of him. Double wide, boxed in a bit. 6 laps into the books. Dave McCallicker in the 47 car moving over for the leaders. McCallicker has a couple of cars double wide coming up on him. Stankiewicz and Summers. They're going to be able to just squeeze by. And also Malkett coming up on McCallicker now. Malkett and Kirkpatrick side by side as they just squeeze through the 47 of McCallicker. Bubba Smith has moved into the number 4 position. Smith has moved into 4th. Mills back into the number 5 spot, as Rosenberry has run down Rick Sibla for the number 2 position. Schneider leads the way. Sibla running second. Rosenberry running third. Smith in 4th. Soon to be a battle for 5th between Mills and Stankiewicz. Also, Marcus Malkett has caught Randy Smart. Malkett currently in 9th, trying to move up to 8th. And Rosenberry just about pulled alongside Sibla down in turn 3. 11 laps in. Sibla's car extremely free on the exit of turn number 2 as Rosenberry looks low again. Sibla going to have his hands full. We've noticed that car extremely twitchy at times this season, and it is right now as we close on halfway in a couple of laps. 13 laps in this time at the line. 13 in for Schneider, looking for his second win, and all the big dogs are here tonight. Of course, Bryant Smith and Mike Miller are here, but had mechanical issues keeping them pit side. Rosenberry, Sibla, and Schneider. Schneider free in turn 4. Sibla there, looking to the outside of Schneider as his setup may be starting to go away. And we're going to have halfway this time. 15 laps in, 15 laps to go. Battle for the lead in turn 4. Sibla opens up the inside for Rosenberry. Bubba Smith makes it a 4-car battle at the front. 4-car lead pack now. Who's going to win this one tonight? Ferris Chevrolet and Akron Auto Auction night at the races. Schneider, Sibla, Rosenberry, and Smith. And now Sibla looking high on Schneider again. Sibla making his best run so far at Schneider, trying to make it work. Now Smith goes to the outside of Rosenberry. That could be a heads-up move if Sibla is able to get by him down the front stretch. 4-car battle for the lead. They're going at it hard. Schneider and Sibla for the number 1 spot. Rosenberry and Smith for the number 3 position. 11 laps to go. Sibla making headway. Schneider on the inside. Sibla on the outside, nearly rubbing some paint as they race down the backstretch. 10 more laps to go. 10 to go for the 17 of Schneider. Side by side continues. Schneider fending off the strong challenges. 9 laps to go. 9 to go. Boy, the top 2 close to touching. They rub a little bit of paint heading down into the first corner. Rick Sibla, Schneider sideways, Sibla into the lead. Now it's Bubba Smith going to the high lane. Sibla takes the number 1 spot. Smith for second. Bubba Smith into the number 2 position. Schneider had him at the line by inches. Schneider's car extremely loose here in the late going, but what a whale of a race he had to this point. Front brakes getting a little bit hot. You can see them glow. 7 to go for Sibla. This one not quite over yet as Smith tries to clear Schneider for second. Then it's going to be Rosenberry's turn. Alex Rosenberry to the outside of Schneider for third. What a race in our late model division. 5 to go next time around. 5 laps to go. 5 remaining this time for the 21 of Sibla. Champion 2 years ago. Smith, a 2-time late model champion. Rosenberry running in the 3rd spot. Smith is there. Closes to the rear bumper of Sibla. Waiting for him to just get free. Coming off the turn. That will be all that Smith needs. There it is. He got loose. Smith wasn't quite ready to go to the inside. 3 to go. Now Smith gets sideways off of 2. Going to be 3 to go this time. 3 final circuits, and Rosenberry's going to try the high groove out. Pushes up a little high off of 4. Smith looks to the outside. Back to the bottom he goes. It's a cat and mouse game up front. Who wants the inside? Who wants the outside? Who's going to bobble at the wrong time? 2 to go for Rick Sibla. Smith in second. Closes again to the rear bumper. Coming to the white flag. 1 more lap to go for Sibla in car number 21. Smith, Rosenberry, nose to tail behind him. Lap traffic should not be a problem. Leinert nearly spun it though. Coming to the checkered. Off of turn number 4. Sibla going to bring home 2nd win in the row. Smith 2nd. Rosenberry 3rd. Schneider 4th. 5th spot to Stankiewicz. Marcus Malkett getting all the way up into the 6th spot without the use of a caution. Good run for Malkett as well. Summers finishing 7th, and ladies and gentlemen, flag to flag, green to checkered, and side-by-side action at the front of the field in our McIntosh Oil Company late models. Route 39 Auto Salvage. Lisa Hoy at State Farm. Industrial Machinery Services by Keith Anthony. Parkway Auto Superstore. Sponsored number 21 car. 2nd win in a row. Went winless until week number 11. Didn't have late models last week. And now he's back in victory lane for a win number 2 of the season, and he had to work pretty hard for it in this free number 21. Sideways off the corners, but claiming the victory. Let's hear it for Rick Sibla. Rick, that's about as good as it gets in the late model division. Flag to flag, green to checker. Doesn't happen often on any short track. Usually somebody somewhere is going to bring out a caution. That didn't happen. We go flag to flag, and it was a heck of a battle up front.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Schneider run real hard, you know, and we run real clean. I think we touched one time, but no big deal. I know Alex and Bubba was right on my bumper. And this thing was it was pretty loose. I kept getting squirrely. I don't know if that was what was keeping them at bay or what, but I ain't going to complain about that.
Were you thinking at what point do I go to the outside of Schneider? Because I don't want to open up the inside for Alex and Bubba because they were coming to the low side.
Well, I wasn't going to go to the outside until I knew I was going to get there. And I wasn't just going to go out there, way beforehand because I knew they'd get by me. And I just timed up right, and Bob's car started getting real tight, and just able to roll through the corner better and got by him. And I'm pumped, man. Last week this car wasn't real good because the toe was it was knocked out almost 2 inches we found when we got back to the garage. This week car was really good. Still a little bit tight, but man, 2 wins in a row. I got to catch up to my brother. I think he's got 4 or 5 now.
Yeah, well, we didn't have him tonight, so he can't catch you tonight. So you gain 1 on him this evening. You just be back next week for another one. Good run.
Thanks.
Let's hear it again for the winner tonight, Rick Sibla.
Caught up with third place finisher. Bubba had to take his machine overheating to the water hole over there, so we caught up with third place finisher Alex Rosenberry. And man, I told you earlier when Bubba got to the outside of it, just kind of boxed you in a little bit behind Snyder.
Yeah, just the wrong place at the wrong time. We had a good car, just I don't know if it. I like long races. It was getting better as I went on, but something's not right with the motor. It lost power there about halfway, and I was maybe 3/4 power, but I don't know what the deal is. It got hot, but I don't know. But car was good. Probably should be standing over there with the win, but not a bad night overall. Flight test number 2. Thank Larry. Larry's in Myrtle Beach. Todd, my dad, grandma, grandpa, uncle, everybody that's been a part of this.
Good third place run tonight, man. It was fun to watch.
Yeah, it was fun to be in the seat. Just wish we could have came out number 1.
Good job, bud.
Thanks.
Good third place run by Alex Rosenberry. We'll catch up with Bubba here real quick. Bubs, man, good second place run tonight. Car got hot on you, and you had to go to the water hole. Everything okay?
Yeah, it was just, no cautions. It didn't get the car a chance to cool down. We were in a pack there for most of the last, 10, 15 laps or so. So it really wasn't getting any air to the radiator to cool it down. It wasn't really too hot, but we just went over there to cool it down just to make sure we didn't have no problems.
Any more laps? Did you have anything for that 21?
I don't know. My car was pretty free. I could see he was a little tight, and I was trying to get a run underneath him. I don't think I could have if I could have maybe started on the outside on a restart, I might have had him, been able to do something, but I couldn't get to the outside of him, so my only hope was to try to get under him. But car was just a little free coming off, and I couldn't get to the throttle like I needed to get under him. So he ran a good race, and it was fun. I just keep finishing second to Sibla every week.
I'll tell you what, it was fun to watch. From a fan perspective, you guys put on a good show, and what a good move you seen when you guys got to Snyder. You went to the outside, and that kind of stuck Rosenberry on the inside, and that was a difference of you getting second or third, I think.
Yeah, I was trying to catch those guys. Took me a minute to get around I think it was the 3 car, and I started running them down, and I was debating on where to go, and I seen Rick go the outside, so there was nobody behind me, so I had nothing to lose, so I went to the outside, and if Rick wouldn't have got it done, I would have fell back with him, but he ended up getting it done, so it helped me get past both of them to get up into second, so it was just no-risk move, so why not?
Good job, bud.
Thank you.
Bubba Smith with a good second-place finish. Alex Rosenberry with a good third-place run over here. 2 great features so far here at Midvale Speedway.
The outdoor option, Frank May Garage, sponsored number 77 of Lasecki, came from the 600 mini sprints and quarter midgets and running some super modified events now from Lorraine A.J. Lasecki in car number 77. Words from Bartlett, Tennessee, formerly of Grafton, Ohio, the biobase.us, Blue Arc Design, FK Rod Ends, DEI, S&S Cleaning Service, number 11. Kevin J. Cox Jr. had problems in his heat race earlier. He's from Sandusky, the biobase.us. Reed Salvage, this his second year in super modifieds, came from Street Stocks and modifieds up at Sandusky Speedway. He's getting shoved off right now. Outside lane of turn number 4, the orange number 19. Casper Auto Group, Domino's Pizza, Schaefer's Oil, PPG, and S&S Cleaning Service, the sponsors for Trent Stevens. As Stevens looks for his first Midvale win, he's picked up 16 career wins with the Midwest Super Modified Association. John Hennis in the 36 will be on the outside of the number 81 of Denny Fisher. Super Modifieds have competed for years at Sandusky Speedway. Everybody get up. Everybody stand up on your feet. We're going to wave them off. Send them off for their 30 laps of racing action here at Midvale Speedway. It is Akron Auto Auction and Ferris Night at Midvale Speedway 2014. ready to go for 30 laps the distance. 1 to go signal next time around. 40 years of combined experience between our front row starters. Denny Fisher on the inside lane from Amherst, Ohio, and John Hennis, the 36, on the outside. Caution lights will go off in moments. Ready for green. 30 laps will go. Fisher and Hennis in row 1. Lasecki and the 49 of Shiree in row number 2. We're ready for action at Midvale Speedway. The MSA Super Modifieds, brought to you by BioBase US, underway. Into the lead momentarily Fisher. And it closes the door a little bit on Hennis. He's in the number 2 spot. Boxed in is Shiree in the 49. We've got him stacked up on the front stretch. Watching is Kyle Edwards. And top qualifier Dave Schulich Jr. battle in the 95. Ready to make a 3-wide move, but it wasn't there. The number 7 of Chargin, Charlie Schultz. Schultz behind Shiree, racing in the number 5 spot. Shiree will take 3rd away from Hennis. Lasecki has moved into 2nd. AJ Lasecki in the 2nd spot. Shiree is 3rd. 4th place now at the line, the 7 of Charlie Schultz. Schultz moving forward. Kevin Jaycox Jr., the 07 car, has taken his ride into the pits. A bad break for Kevin Jaycox Jr. Look out, coming off the corner. Some contact, and Hennis goes into the infield. Caution out. Oh, Hennis. Some contact. He was caught in the middle. 4 laps into the books. 26 laps to go. What a bold move by Dave Schulich Jr. He was boxed in. He put it up in the 3rd lane. And when he put it in the 3rd lane, he was up by the wall, and then it ended up being where the 36 had nowhere to go as the 95 of Schulich jumped all the way to the outside. And 26 laps to go. Caution lights are back out, and the green is going to wave coming out of turn number 4. Denny Fisher, AJ Lasecki, Charlie Schultz, Danny Shiree, our top 4. Green flag is out. Already to the outside, here comes Charlie Schultz for the number 2 position. Trent Stevens following in the outside lane. Stevens up to 4th. Soon to be for the lead, Charlie Schultz, and problems for Lasecki. Left rear braking on Lasecki's car. Left rear braking on Lasecki's number 77. So caution out. Lasecki braking a left rear. Fortunately, he spun down into the infield instead of in front of oncoming traffic. Still 4 in, 26 to go. Caution for AJ Lasecki.
Practice times and qualifying times, I would expect the 7 of Schultz to get around our race leader right now. You would think that he would dispose of Fisher fairly quickly, and then we'll have to see if Shiree and Stevens and the others can catch him.
These cars so expensive to build. It's a niche division. Runs and travels at Midvale, runs at Midvale as well as Lorain. A few events there at Lorain County, a number of events at Sandusky Speedway, and then ISMA runs at a lot of tracks on the Northeast. But the Super Modifieds, no matter how many cars you have, put on an amazing show, Chris, because they're so fast, such a handful, and you still got some of the top contenders that we've had over the last 5 years here.
Yeah, these things are always fun to watch. One of the events of the year that I look forward to them, and the 2 main event racing series races, too, that I especially circle on my calendar. And just, it's awesome to see these things going sub 12-second laps around here. Just awesome to see.
2nd now, Charlie Schultz. Danny Shiree is 3rd. 4th is Trent Stevens, and 5th, Kyle Edwards. 6th, Dave Schulich Jr. Ready for the restart, coming down into turns 3 and 4. Middle of 3 and 4, they see the green. They're underway. The biobase.us. MSA Super Modifieds back underway, and Charlie Schultz charged into the number 1 spot on the outside of Denny Fisher. Schultz on the outside, Fisher on the inside, and a little bit of contact maybe coming off the corner. Shiree gets up nearly into the wall. They're able to stay clean and green, though, to the inside for the number 2 spot. Here comes track record holder Trent Stevens. Also, Schulich trying the outside lane. He might get boxed in. He doesn't yet. He's going to be taking third momentarily. Boxing him in, though, the third place car. He goes to the bottom. What a move by Schulich. Top qualifier Schulich up to third. 7 laps in at the line. Great racing action in our biobase.us MSA Super Modifieds. All kinds of smoke. 49 of Shiree having some big problems. 49 of Shiree going to be sent to the pits. 49 of Shiree, big time issues in the back of the car. Not sure that he knows about it, but sparks flying and smoke flying as well as Shiree in the 49 having some big time issues. So Shiree continues to run, big smoke coming off, and now he does slow on the bottom lane. Danny Shiree, and we've got a yellow flag coming out. Caution flag out for the 49 of Danny Shiree, GNS&S cleaning service car. Something breaking underneath the rear of the car. 9 laps into the books. We're about the 1/3 mark of the race, and with the 1/3 mark just about complete, I think we're just now getting to the good part.
Hey, Adam, update on Shiree. Broke a bolt in the panhard bar. So that is the result of him. He is done for the night.
So panhard bar going awry for the 49 of Danny Shiree. Also going pit side, the 44 of Mark Miller. Some sort of issues for Miller. 9 complete, 21 to go. Schultz leading the way.
Tough break. You did report Mark Miller pulled pit side too, didn't you?
Yeah, and now they're going to check the 22. Yes, I reported him going pit side. I don't know if you got a word on what his problem is, but there's an issue with McVetta's car. You can see the flame coming off the left side. Looks like he's got his header glowing on the left side.
I did not hear what Miller's issue was.
So McVetta, the 22, definitely with some hot header right now. His exhaust is glowing hot back at the back of the field. Going to heat up that left rear tire as well with the flame. Coming to white, 1 until the green. "21 laps to go, still a long way to the finish for the Super Modifieds as they go into turn 3. Green is out. And rolling again, Charlie Schultz, the leader. Schultz, Stevens, and Schulich, first, second, and third, make their way through 1 and 2. Schulich actually not quite as quickly in 1 and 2 as what I thought, but now look decent in 3. Edwards right on his rear bumper. Schulich looks better now, starts to pull away from Edwards. But for a lap or so, it took him a while to get going as Schulich tries to run down the top 2. 11 laps into the books, 19 to go. Charlie Schultz leading the way. Trent Stevens, Dave Schulich Jr., and running in the 4th spot. Kyle Edwards in the 11. Edwards having himself a decent run right now. Edwards looking for a good run here at Midvale. Did not finish in the top 5 in either of the last 2 years. Running 4th currently. Really a 4-car breakaway. And then Denny Fisher, the pole sitter. John Hennis, the outside pole sitter. And Mike McVetta in the 22 car. And now it's cooled down a little bit. The header not glowing anymore and no flame coming out of it. Going to be halfway next time around. Going to be 15 laps in, 15 laps to go. Schulich looking for an opening on Stevens. He is there. He has closed the gap, and now it's just a matter of finding the spot to make the move. And he will run out of time if he doesn't, because the 7 of Schultz is running himself a pretty nice race right now, turning times in the low 12s. 12-1s the last couple of laps for the number 7 of Charlie Schultz. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th really bumper to bumper as Charlie Schultz pulls away. 2nd place battle heating up. Stevens, the point leader, has Schulich there. Schulich goes high into 3, tries to drop low in 4, couldn't do it. Car stayed up in the 2nd groove. Maybe testing the waters in both lanes right now as DJ Schulich in car number 95. Schulich running in 3rd, but Charlie Schultz right now leading the way, looking for his 21st win with MSA, but his first here at Midvale. And right now he's in good shape. 10 laps to go. Final 10 laps for Charlie Schultz in the 7 car. Maybe even getting better in the low 12 ones the last couple of laps and pulling away from Trent Stevens. Schulich not finding the opening he needs. We're closing now on Denny Fisher. Lap traffic ahead, slower traffic. Last car on the lead lap is Denny Fisher in the 81. He's running currently in 7th. Schultz will go to the outside, bobbles a little bit up in that second lane, does drive it in deep, able to get around, and now a lap down the 81 car of Denny Fisher. Down the back stretch, just about a half straightaway lead. Going to be 24 complete, 6 remaining for Charlie Schultz. Going to be 5 to go. It doesn't look like anyone has anything for the number 7 of Charlie Schultz. 5 laps remaining. He will close on Hennis in the 36. Hennis, 6th spot. And about to be down a lap to Charlie Schultz. If he can get him and clear him. He's got a big lead still. Doesn't need to hurry. Gets to the outside. Moves over for the leader. Schultz, clear racetrack ahead. 4 to go that time. 3 to go next time by. 3 laps to go for Charlie Schultz. Without a caution, looks like this one's in the bag because Schulich has nothing for Stevens, though he's right there. Stevens will clear Hennis on the backstretch. Schulich will try next. 2 laps to go for Chargin' Charlie. Half straightaway lead. Schultz from Lorraine will see the white flag this time at the line. 1 to go for Charlie Schultz, looking for his first career Midvale win. Trouble on the backstretch, yellow is out. Caution out, McVetta has broken. Possibly the left rear going down on the number 22 of Mike McVetta. Remember, he had all that heat on the left rear tire earlier. He pulls into the pits. We saw what looked to be flame on the exhaust. It's going to be green and white at the same time, and then back to the checker. Just 1 lap of green flag racing left. Charlie Schultz looking for his first Midvale win. Here we come to turn 3. Green is out. Schulich up the banking. The 11 car of Edwards will be called a jump, so that will put the 11 back up, or put the 95 back up into 3rd as the checkered waves. Charlie Schultz to the victory. 2nd spot to the 19. As Hennis and the 11, make it Hennis and the 81 of Fisher get together. We have finished the super modified feature. Taking the victory will be the number 7 of Schultz. Finishing in 2nd will be Stevens, and finishing in 3rd is the 95 of Schulich because the 11 jumped.
Okay, Adam, got a quick announcement over here to make before we get into Victory Lane celebrations. We need some teenagers that would like to help for concession stands and to help park cars. The ticket official, the guy at the main grandstand ticket gate, has a pen and paper down there to take your name and number. So if you would like to help out here at Midvale Speedway for the balance of the season to help park cars and to do some concession stands, please go down there and give them your name and number.
3rd win in a row for Chargin' Charlie Schultz in the number 7. We've seen him race here at Midvale Speedway more than any of the other starters in the field tonight because he's run some main event races, and they go 100 laps in late model competition, winning his 21st race in MSA competition tonight. He does it here at Midvale Speedway. He's been close a couple of times before. Some bad luck didn't get him into victory lane. Finished 2nd a couple of years ago in our super modified race. Our other top 3 competitors. Let's have a nice round of applause for Trent Stevens, finishing 2nd tonight And taking third, the top qualifier, Dave Schulich Jr. Now let's hear it for your winner, once again, Charlie Schultz. Charlie, congratulations. You've run here at Midvale. I was saying more laps turned to Midvale than anybody else in this field because of main event competition, and you've run the Super Modified here a number of times as well. You've been close, you've qualified well, you've run well in heats, but you've not won a feature. Tonight it all worked out.
Yes, it did. I cannot thank these guys behind me enough. I want to thank David and Lori for giving me a great car. I got to thank Garrett Gosnell, Frank, Kevin, just everybody on this deal that helped us out. They were a little short-handed, and boy, to come down here, I've been coming down here since I was a kid, and I ran a 3/4 midget down here, and I have always loved coming to Midvale, and to finally get one at one of my favorite racetracks, it feels good.
You know, how important is it? You've got the other two winners this season. Trent's won some races, DJ's won some races, and you won the other races. How important is it to get to the front before one of those guys?
It's tough. I mean, DJ and Trent are always fast. They've both been, winners here. It's just a matter of being a little bit patient, but patiently aggressive. Being it's only 30 laps, it's a lot different than a main event race. It's 100 here, but just kept working on forward bite today, and man, we got it figured out for the feature.
Let's hear it again for your winner, Charlie Schultz.
Caught up with second place finisher Trent Stevens, and man, just one spot short.
Yeah, second's not bad. I can't be too upset about it, but Charlie was pretty fast tonight, obviously, especially out in the open track, and we missed our setup a little bit, so stuff happens. Finally I finished one in the top three. I've been really fast here and just got caught up in the stupid stuff, and today I kind of tried to keep my nose clean and was able to get up front, and like I said, I was giving it everything I had. I just couldn't get in the turn like I wanted to and rotate it, but gotta thank all my guys, all the fans for coming out. It's cool. Awesome track, facility, everything here at Midvale, and definitely love racing here. Gotta thank all my sponsors: Casper Auto Group, Domino's Pizza, PPG, Schaefer's Oil, S&S Cleaning, Bulldog DMI rear ends. We can't thank all those guys enough. Second's first loser, so we'll sit on it and wait till next year, I guess.
Yeah, but that's okay. You still hang on to that point lead.
Oh yeah, we always. I never really think of points. I've always been a racer to go out for wins, and if the points work out, they work out. And we won 3 in a row, going for 4. So we'll see if it works out. Like I said, I'm more worried about wins at this point.
Good job, bud.
Thanks.
Good second place run by your 3-time champion, looking for 4, Trent Stevens. And we'll catch up with DJ Schulich, also a good third place run. Seemed like you just got kind of caught in traffic there early in the race, and that really cost you.
Yeah, try to make a few things happen. Try to get a few spots early, and when you're starting the back and you got 2 fast cars in front of you and close to the same speed, it's hard to pass them. That's pretty much what happened tonight.
Good move, though, coming off of 2, cutting to the bottom there. We thought you was going to get boxed in. Man, you made a good move getting from the top to the bottom and not getting boxed in. That was a pretty slick move.
Yeah, you got to get aggressive early. Like I said, starting in the back, it's the disadvantage. And went 3 wide there on the when we were all boxed, and I was getting bored just running in line and had to do something to liven things up a little bit.
Getting bored in a super modified at Midvale running 11 seconds, man, that seems crazy.
Yeah, it's a fun place to be. Great crowd. Thanks, Midvale, for having us, and we'll look forward to coming back next year.
Anybody else you want to thank on that 95 tonight?
Absolutely. Euphoria Vapor, Elios Financial Group, Enders Racing Engines, Jim Bodnar and the entire crew, Coco Adams, my dad, Pat Mahar's not here tonight. Everybody that pitches in, they do an awesome job for me, and I'm thankful to have them.
Good job, man.
Thanks.
DJ Schulich with a good third-place run. He was your fastest qualifier tonight.
We're ready for green coming off of turn number 4. Laney Struski and Brandon France to bring them in. Down into the first corner we go. We race into the first turn. France on the outside will take the lead. Struski up the banking, a little bit of contact. Here comes a couple of cars from deep in the field. The 09 of Ennis on the move, looking for, I believe, his first win of the year if he can get there. And Kyle Rector following him closely for the lead. Bucky will lead lap number 1. We've got caution. Turn number 4 and on the front stretch, so debris bringing out the first yellow. We'll have a complete restart. And Brandon France in the 1 going to bring him in again in turn number 4. Going to have a caution. Laney Stresky picking up the pace a little too soon down in turn number 4. Stresky started the race just about where the Super Modifieds did. So we're going to line them up again double wide and try it for a complete restart. Blaine Salisbury in the 4, pulling to the infield. Dale Beatty also a non-starter. Green flag is out. Down into the first corner, 3 wide, France in the middle. Bucky the point leader on the outside. This could get scary down into the corner. France, though, checks up, goes into the second groove. Here comes again Wes Ennis, the 09, making headway toward the front as they complete lap number 1. 1 lap down, we've got them 3 wide from the front of the back to the back of the pack, and out front comes Dan Bucky in car number 69. He goes into the lead, but the car to watch, one of our top qualifiers, second quick in qualifying, the 09 of Wes Ennis. Ennis up to second. Cody Kaler in the 175 is in the middle now. He's got Kyle Rector in the outside groove. Rector's going to move up into third. Kaler going to follow him into fourth. Laney Stresky, the pole sitter, falling back. Crossing the line, 3 laps in and 12 laps to go as Dan Bucky and Wes Ennis battle it out. Wes Ennis pulling forward, half car length advantage. But it is a 3-car battle at the front of the field. Pretty good racing action tonight here at Midvale Speedway. The leader at the line, the 09 of Wes Ennis.
France pulls to the infield, problems with the 1 machine.
Had some problems last night and broke the axle last night at 250 Speedway. Finished 4th in our feature here last week at Midvale. Nearly a spin by Bucky, good save. He's going to continue in the 3rd position. Six laps in, 9 to go, as Ennis leads at the line. For the 3rd position now, 3rd and 4th, we're going to have Dan Bucky in the position, but right now, the Justin Renneker car driven by Cody Kaler wants it. Cody Kaler, oh, contact up front. Rector turns, Ennis sideways. Wes Ennis in the 09. 6 laps in, 9 laps to go. Ready for green coming off of turn 4. Ennis and Bucky. Bring him in. Down into the corner, side by side, up front. Bucky running that second groove. Cody Kaler's put himself in contention here now, getting to the inside of Bucky for second. Bucky might get caught in that outside lane and get shuffled deep in the field. Finlayson also moving forward. Finlayson to the inside of Bucky. Remember, Bucky in a points battle with the 19 of Oliver. So right now he's still adding to his point lead as Oliver, that car not right, maybe had some contact earlier that has slowed him down. 8 laps in, 7 to go for Ennis. Right now Rector is boxed in the 22. Going to try to thread the needle here. He will. Bucky moves out of the way. Now he's just 1 spot ahead of his closest point contender, Clayton Oliver. So Rector has 6 laps to go this time at the line, and he's up to 5th. He's looking for 4th. Crosses the line in the number 4 position. We'll look to the outside of Finlayson. Finlayson, though, takes the lane away, slows down a little bit as his car pushed way up the banking. And now Frederick, the 18 car, made some contact, nearly spun himself out, and now Rector makes a nice move, goes to the inside of Finlayson for 3rd. But here's the problem, like we mentioned earlier. Once he gets there, the problem is the lead's going to be built up, and that's the case. Kaler running 2nd, and Ennis way out front. 4 laps to go, 11 complete for Wes Ennis.
Rector needs a caution, and Wes Ennis does not want to see it.
Yeah, Ennis has this one in the bag if he doesn't get a caution. Cody Kaler having himself a nice return. It's been a few years since he's been behind the wheel. Filling in for Justin Renneker tonight, getting the bug again. And I believe he has his own automotive shop now. And he's running in the number 2 position. Cody Kaler. 22 of Rector in third. Running fourth is Kyle Finlayson, and Tim Frederick running in fifth.
White flag for Wes Ennis. Less than a lap to go, Adam.
Yeah, final lap, half a lap to go for Ennis. Takes it down into turn number 3. He'll race to 4, the Amsoil, Haas Body Shop, Ennis Hauling, H&H Cleaning, Stiff Nipples Heating and Cooling, 09 of Wes Ennis, the win in our Compact A feature. Cody Kaler, good run in second. Third spot to Rector, finishing 4th, the 15 of Finlayson, finishing 5th, the 18 car of Tim Frederick. The Haas Body Shop, H&H Cleaning, Ennis Hauling, Amsoil, Animal Racing, 09 claiming first victory of 2014 as our mini trucks come to the raceway. Their 12 lap event is next. So a nice round of applause for the winner. He's out. He can hear you now, Wes Ennis. Wes, congratulations on the victory. Pretty warm inside the car, is just because you were working that wheel, making sure you get to the victory lane for the first time this year?
Well, it was more working the wheel because when me and Rector got into it, my steering wheel actually came off. And when I put it back on, it was kind of cockeyed, so I wasn't sure if it was right or I don't know.
The turns were still in the same place, but the wheel wasn't.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey, you have some people you want to thank tonight.
Yeah, I'd like to thank my dad, my mom, my wife, Amsoil, Haas Body Shop, my Aunt Penny, H&H Cleaning, Ennis Hauling, Watson K. Watson, Stiff Nipples, and whoever else. Everybody else, all the fans.
There you go. Let's hear it for the winner, Wes Ennis.
Caught up with second place finisher Cody Kaler. Man, it's been a while, dude.
I know, I'm way past due. It's been a while since I've been here.
How's it feel to be back behind the seat? You got that old bug again, don't you?
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I'll probably be back next year after doing this.
And I'm sure Justin will be happy that you brought home a good second place run tonight.
I hope so. He was hoping for a trophy, but I hope this was good enough.
So you decided to come back in one of these after the sports stock. You know, that deal went awry, and we lost that class. But so it feel good to be back in a compact, or are you going to look for something a little quicker next year?
Next year will probably be a compact, but I want to try and get a modified or something like that eventually, so we'll see.
Good deal. Congratulations, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Welcome back. Cody Kaler with a good second place run.
Finish line design, the sponsors and the rookie, the young driver in truck number 22, Cody J. Berg out of New Philadelphia, A1 Auto in Spring, DJ's Auto Upholstery, Route 39, and Center Party Rental. Well, Martin's already going for the lead in the outside lane. Kyler Bertram all over him. They get around the 72 of pole sitter Derek Cordia. Keith Anderson leading the way, looking to make it 2 wins in a row. Martin's truck definitely looks better here in the feature than it did in the heat. Possibly could be Mike Martin behind the wheel of the 5 truck now. I think Mike Martin has taken back over the driver's seat of the number 5. So move Martin up into the lead. Mike Martin into the number 1 spot. 4 second position. 155 of Bertram challenging the 32 of Anderson. Bertram had some problems last week. Wasn't able to start the feature. Up the banking in turn 4. Takes it up by the wall. Plenty of power in that, and now some smoke starting to come from the 5. Notice that down in turn number 1. So is the number 5 of Martin starting to have some problems. Oh, Bertram takes it in a little too deep. Up the banking, all the way up by the wall. Bertram keeps on racing, but back into 30 goes.
There was a little bit of contact there, Adam.
So Bertram, I think he just drove it in really, really hard into turn 3.
In my view, there was a little bit of contact.
I think he just drove it too hard into turn 3. We've completed the first 5 of our 12. Going to be halfway the next time around. It's going to be 6 laps in, 6 laps to go. Truck just not sticking on the exit of turn 4, but he's really taking it deep into the corner. Keeps her woed down there. Again, just coming off the turns, it's pushing up on Kyler Bertram. We have completed the first half of this race. It's going to be 7 in, 5 to go this time for the number 5 of Martin. Keith Anderson in the second spot. Bertram tries to look to the inside, just can't get the run, and then it again pushes way up the track on the exit of the turns. Don't know if he's really chasing the wheel all the way up the track to keep it from spinning sideways. Almost has the look at that's what he's doing. Final 4 laps. Coming to 3 to go. 3 laps to go for the 5 truck of Martin. Martin, Anderson, Bertram, first, second, third. Down to the final 2 laps. Man, Jayberg in the 22 car.
Truck.
Oh, he had me confused over here. It sounded like he hit something or a tire blew out, but I guess not. Just backfired.
Yeah, he's had a pretty bad backfire the last couple times around.
Maybe he was hitting the turbo. Hitting the nitrous.
There you go.
We're on the final lap right now. The number 5 truck of Martin going to bring it off of turn number 4. Going to claim the victory in our mini truck feature event. Bertram going to loop it around down in turn 4. Anderson finishes in second. And Bertram will finish in the 3rd spot. Jayberg not on the lead lap. Nope. Cordia is going to take the 3rd spot. Cordia takes 3rd. Bertram then finishes 4th. And coming to the line, the Shelby Sweets and Treats, Bully Proof, Canton Car Connection, number 5 truck, another win this season. Truck still was a little bit off the pace tonight, but he picks up the win in the feature. Mike Martin. Mike, congratulations on the win. This thing looked like a handful all night long. It was a little better in the feature than it was in the heat, though.
Yeah, a little bit. I think the rear end, when he hit it last week, a little cocked or something. I got to figure that out this week because it don't handle good no more.
Still pulled away. You had the 32 of Anderson and the 155 of Bertram battling for second. You were glad to see him way back there.
Yeah, I kept looking for him to catch up, but I seen him battling, so I knew I had a good chance. So,
good job again.
Thank you.
Let's hear it for Mike Martin, winner of the Finish Line Motors mini truck feature. One final race tonight coming up, the Canton Auto Salvage Compacts and their feature event, 15 laps the distance. Alan Clark, son of Delmer Clark, in the number 5 spot, the 0 car. On the inside of the 75 of Chase Beatty, starting in the 5th, make it 7th position, the 21 of Gage Jayberg, the 57 of Larry Ennis Jr., and the 42 of Anthony McClintock, and the green is out. Already Larry Ennis Jr. going to the outside lane.
Are we going to have an Ennis sweep in the features?
We could. Larry Ennis Jr. had problems with his car earlier tonight in qualifying. But he is on his way to the front right now, already up into second. Now he takes the lead. Ennis up into the lead already. Zach Koger in the 7. Lisa Moore in the 95, running second and third. Running in the 4th spot, the 75 of Chase Beatty. And another rookie, the 21 of Gage Jayberg. Boy, Anthony McClintock, look out. He was extremely close to the wall coming off of Ford. Just got that car off of Schreffler. Ennis leading the way. He's slowed down now, watching so he doesn't break out of his qualifying time. Zach Koger closes the gap. Koger looks to the inside. Here comes Lisa Moore back into contention, the 95 car. Outside groove starting to move up. 75 of Chase Beatty, 95 of Lisa Moore. To the inside comes Koger. Awesome contact, and around goes the 57. And coming to a stop, the 57 of Ennis down in turn number 3. 4 laps in, 11 to go. The green in turn number 4.
Lisa Moore up there looking for her second feature victory of the season. Gage Jayberg looking for his third.
For the lead, here's Gage Jayberg. Jayberg to the inside of Ennis for the lead. Jayberg on the inside, Ennis on the outside. Fans watching from right against the fence because they want hit in the face with flying debris. Ennis leading the way, coming off of turn number 4. Running second is Jayberg. Jayberg looking to the inside. Jayberg on the inside for the number 1 spot. Ennis back in the second position. Christian Bailey running third on the inside of the 75 of Beatty. Ennis now going back to the outside of Jayberg.
Now let's be realistic. If I'm Ennis, I let Jayberg lead until the last lap.
Side by side for the lead. Jayberg with the advantage. Ennis looking back to the inside. Makes a little bit of contact with Jayberg. Six laps to go this time. 6 to go. Pushing up again is Jayberg, kind of opening the bottom lane for Ennis a little bit, but Ennis is going to go back to the outside. Ennis taking a look to the outside lane again of Jayberg for the lead. 5 laps to go. Got himself a battle on his hands now, Chris, as Ennis and Jayberg go for the number 1 spot. Here's the 75 of Beatty going to move past Christian Bailey for third. 4 to go for Jayberg. I believe looking for his 3rd feature win of the season. He's got a couple this year, both in this 2nd feature, and now Ennis tries it again outside lane. Ennis and Jayberg for the lead. The battle continues. Oh, some contact there coming off of turn 4. 3 to go. Of course, Larry Ennis Jr.'s brothers Wes picked up the compact A feature win. Jayberg, his dad, his car won the late model feature. 2 to go. So there's already been some success there. Jayberg leading, Ennis in 2nd. Final 2 laps upon us on Ferris at Akron Auto Auction night at the races. Going to be coming to the white flag. 1 lap to go. Who's going to win it? Final lap. Ennis running out of time. They go into turn 1. He's going to try to look to the inside. The inside lane is closed. Down into 3 and 4. I think he's running out of time. He's going to dive it in one more time in turn 3. Coming to 4. Checkered flag, and Jayberg brings home the victory. Ennis 2nd. Finishing 3rd is Beatty. 4 spot to the 46 of Bailey. Finishing 5th, the 0 car of Clark. 6 spot to Moore. 7th, the 7 of Koger. And finishing 8th in his first race, Anthony McClintock. Coming up at Midvale Speedway, the McDonald's Cruise In at intermission. Our heats, our features for our 5 divisions of racing, plus spectator drags at intermission. 6:30 start time. Following week, the main event on Sunday night, August 31st, here at Midvale. Full info at midvalespeedway.com. Thanks again for coming out, race fans, as Chris Cale makes his way across the infield to get a word with the 3-time winner this season, a rookie, Gage Jayberg.
And for the 2nd time tonight, a number 21 pulls into victory lane. This time it's the youngster. For the 3rd time in his young career, in the Route 39 Auto Service, State Farm Insurance, C&K Auto Service sponsored, number 21, put your hands together for Gage Jayberg. Man, Jayberg sweep tonight. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is.
You know, Rick got the win in the late models, and you get the win in the 2nd compact feature. 3rd one of your career. Just a young career. Just a young kid.
Yeah, I guess.
You guess. You're supposed to be excited, like jumping off the roof of the car like Carl Edwards.
I'm not like that.
All right. Who you want to thank, bud?
I want to thank my dad, my mom, Route 39, Parkway. I want to thank C&K for this tires and everybody else.
So how long before you start pushing Dad to get in that late model?
Never.
Never, he says. All right. Put your hands together for Gage Jayberg. Once again, make sure you buckle up, be safe, click it or ticket. Speed limit is 25 going through Midvale, so nobody get pulled over. And make sure you have a nice, safe, and happy weekend. And we'll see you back here next week for the Classic